Greetings, learners. Welcome to week 4. I hope that week 3 treated you well, that you had not too much wind or rain wherever you were. The focus of week 4 is going to be on diving deep into the text that we use for teaching social studies. And so we're going to be looking at children's literature, at textbooks, but also on how we can use current events to teach social studies. So first task, this video, good job. Second task is a Edpuzzle on current events, and then some links and a post to a Padlet. So let's take a look at Brightspace. Alrighty, here we are in Brightspace in week 4. This is the Edpuzzle. This is a short answer Edpuzzle instead of a multiple choice. So you can either log into Edpuzzle and you should see the assignment, or you can click on the link. The second task that goes with that is this current events on Padlet. So you're going to pick a couple of these. You don't have to look at all of them, but these are all different resources for using current events to teach students. So these are student specific. You should have access to them. I don't think they're behind any paywalls. Then after you've done that, you're going to go to the Padlet and you're going to talk about 2 specific resources. Again, if you didn't create a Padlet account, make sure to include your name in your response. Padlet is a free resource, so you can create a free account to participate, but you don't have to. Task 4 is what is called the twin texts. This is an assignment that is common amongst all 385 classes. And so what we'd like you to do is go out and find a social studies or history textbook and choose a lesson from that, and then find a children's literature book, either fiction or nonfiction, that aligns. So if it's something about the Civil War, there's a Magic Tree House about the Civil War. Those 2 would work together. And then you're going to explain how you would use those 2 pieces of literature, 2 different types of literature, to teach that topic. When you're in this assignment, twin texts, these are the directions. This is all the stuff that you need to include. So for each of the books, the title, the author, when it was published, what California content standard you think is addressed by this book, the grade level, a synopsis, okay? Then the procedure is, which one would you use first? What other writing, art, or other activity would you do? And what English language art standards would be part of that? There are 2 exemplars that I have. This is a Google Doc, and they used a table to compare the 2, and then they explain their procedure and list their standards at the end. This is another exemplar. This is also in a Google Doc, but they just did like book 1, book 2, procedure. I've also seen this done in a Google slide deck, and I've seen it done in a Google Sheet. So I'm pretty flexible. If you can't get a book, because this is an 8-week class, in the 16-week class, I say go find a book. But in this 8-week book, if you cannot find one, you can use this Michigan Open Book Project. So if you can't get to a school to borrow a book, or you can't get the library to borrow a book, we don't want you to go out and buy one on Amazon, okay? That's not what you need to do. So if you can't find access to its elementary or junior high textbook, you can use this Michigan Open Book Project. And when you go here, it's basically like an online textbook that you can use. And that's last resort. Usually students can find a book, but if you can't, there you go. Make sure you look at the exemplars to help you with this assignment. And finally, we've got some pages from chapter 7 and 8 of our textbook. Be sure to read only the assigned pages. If you're reading all of it, you're reading too much. Let's look at the questions. All right, so this is chapter 7 and 8. It's 20 pages out of chapter 7, 20 pages out of chapter 8, and it's asking, what are the unique benefits of using informational text, personal narratives, and historical fiction answer the different types of texts and are the different types of texts more suited to different age groups. This is a really easy one to drop into AI, but I will be able to know. And while I can't prove it, it will make me sad. So please use your book. You go through the education process, you go through the credentialing process so you can be a well-prepared teacher, and you sell yourself short if you use AI to complete these assignments. So just going to throw that out there. All right. So that's it for week 4. Project-based learning and current events. This is an Edpuzzle, current event resources, and then the Padlet, the twin text assignment, and then the chapter 7 and 8 reading discussion. I will grade week 3 as quickly as possible and send you your notes. Remember that you can revise any work that you don't like the score for. All right. Well, take care, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.